Hello everybody, so today we are going to be doing the Emoji movie, which has been highly requested by myself. I do have some bad news though. In a previous video, in the Cat in the Hat video, I mentioned we'd be doing The Last Airbender, the live action movie, which I was actually very much looking forward to, but long story short, that does not have director's commentary. So unfortunately we cannot hold M. Night Shyamalan accountable for his actions. Anyway, let's just get right into it.
The Sony Ding. I think that's time for us to start.
I'm James Williams, and I am head of layout on the movie.
So you can tell us apart very easily. I have a high voice, Mark is deep, James is British, Carlos is Spanish.
Oh yeah, that's right, Sony Pictures Animation. It's really hard to believe they've come from this to Into the Spider-Verse, only what? 2-3 years later after this. I actually saw this in theaters, believe it or not. I went to see it with a friend for a laugh. Kind of regret giving my money for that, but whatever.
Carlos, did you do a lot of phone technology research?
I did. I first tried to open my own phone a couple of times, and that was hard, because,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, where else would you start?
basically everything in Textopolis looked like an emoji, right? So you're far away, it would look like an icon, very simple. But you're close, it's rich enough, and I'm really entertained.
I don't think they get the point across too well, specifically far away it looks like the emoji on your phone. I feel like the Peanuts movie did this really well, where they made the characters have really good side profiles, and Hotel Transylvania did this also, which is also Sony Animation, did that pretty well, but they don't do that for this, so I feel like that might have made things just a little bit better if they did that, but I guess that would require, effort and stylization, which they weren't going for at all.
Beautiful. The first version of the shrimp was actually
Fuck, I want to eat that sushi.
here, the sushi was really delicious because it looked more realistic.
Right.
But we need to make it really charming.
Right.
Well, if you want to make it charming, don't make me want to eat it.
And was the lead character designer on this. And
Oh my gosh, that's the guy from I'm Scared in the Dark, whatever that was called.
the designs were deceptively simple in this movie because if you guys know, the more simple the design, the harder it is to balance and get it to be pleasing.
I don't agree with that. Like I said before, the Peanuts movie, come on, there's a lot more style in that. I'd argue that the original Peanuts comic is more simplistic in looks than emojis, because at least emojis have some depth and shading on them, and sometimes they look like 3D models. So
The more simple the design, the harder it is to balance and get it to be pleasing.
I don't agree with that.
So one thing that we, these are big balls with faces on them. Yes, we really wanted to play those reflections, and it's a great way to show what's in the character's head as he's looking at himself. It's a great kind of storytelling device, and so each character all go through their journey of identity, and so that's what the mirror kind of represents.
I don't think it needs to be that deep, but I do agree with them that the mirror can be a good storytelling device throughout cinema, I guess. I mean, they do have a good point that it does make a character more introspective and all that kind of stuff, so I guess good on them for that.
Of course, Sir Patrick Stewart is poop. I mean, we couldn't have gotten luckier.
Yeah, of course he is. I mean, who else could wish for the more high point in their acting career?
High Five, who is trying to go back to be a celebrity.
Okay, I actually do kind of like that the bouncer's cuffs are they look like a little USB dongle. I think that's a cool design choice.
James Corden is so wonderful. He's such a great writer and actor.
I forgot that was James Corden. Please kill me now.
So we had to come up with an emoji that looked like a mix of every emoji.
Oh, if they wanted to make an emoji that was like a mix of everyone, then they should have added that meme one that's laughing, crying, angry, whatever the fuck.
Now, Mike White, who's a great writer, he's kind of my favorite writer, even though I'm married to a writer.
Oh no.
They're both my favorite.
Nice save.
They are.
Until then, you should probably stay locked up in the apartment.
She added that. She added all those lines, and she actually said, we should keep you locked up in the apartment chained to the radiator. But we were like, Jennifer, we can't do that.
Oh, they really should have left that in.
It was fun to try and have an action camera, but at the same time
This guy sounds like I hate everything, and I can't unhear it, especially since he made a video about how he hates the Emoji Movie, so it's perfect.
It's a colourful, pretty blur of motion that's being used as a sneaky dispenser for advertisements.
Their entire bodies are really just a head, so when you're shooting...
Thanks for the fat paycheck, you fucking morons.
He's like, oh, my knuckles are dry. Can you put some lotion on it? And he was like rubbing lotion on high five. But then that started to look weird, and it got people uncomfortable. It's just weird. So we scrapped it and we went with just the file.
Well, then you should have given him like fingernails. It's just all skin. But I guess that is a little less weird than using that lotion over there to lubricate the man.
And there's poop hitting the fan.
That's kind of funny, honestly.
Such an interesting world that you designed here, Carlos, with all those elements.
Why did they give the hacker emoji a midriff, but they didn't for like any other emoji? I don't know, just a random thought.
James is a very traditional camera cinematographer, and traditional, I mean like
Boring, because like half the shots are just like slightly below where their head thing is. I don't know. Cinematography probably could have been a bit better.
I love the way you are consistent, and I think a lot of films don't do that nowadays, and you feel it, and you know when there's a film that has a beautiful camera to it.
Does the cinematography have to be consistent though? I don't know. I'd argue that the best cinematography is inconsistent, because if it's too consistent then it's just boring. I mean, that's the feeling I'm getting from this. I don't know, that doesn't vibe with me. Also, they didn't even seem to address the PPAP joke that they put in there that definitely aged well.
And I love this. This is one of my favorite sets. It's so beautiful, Carlos.
Yeah, the look is really fresh, and
Yeah.
you guys
Never
really
seen it before.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you've never seen that before. Cue the Matrix opening.
Our producer was like, we need a big dance sequence. We need a big dance. That would be fantastic for his emotions.
Bro, that's like the most cliche thing in a kid's movie ever. I mean, at least this didn't end with a dance sequence. Okay, never mind. There's a dance sequence at the end, of course. How many freaking Sony animation movies have dance sequences in the end?
And then
Bum,
she
bum, bum.
reveals the big secret.
The big secret is she was the princess and she could never get off the phone.
Oh my gosh, I forgot how much like freaking Wreck-It Ralph this is. Ugh. Which is also kind of strange because Wreck-It Ralph Breaks the Internet was a lot like this, so it's just like...
Again, we were moving very fast in this movie because we knew we were a technology movie, so we had to come out quickly. So we had 2 years from pitch to theaters.
I guess that could explain its quality a little bit. But, I mean, it's not like emojis have gone away. Still probably would have been fine. I mean, I guess in the past they might not have known that, but I don't know. It just seems like the more movies rushed, the worse it is, usually.
Yeah.
Remember this thing? I was like, guys, you sure she shouldn't get the pulley from the boat? And you are all like, no, just no one's gonna know. I'm like, are you sure? It just seems like it comes from nowhere. And all of you guys were like, just drop it.
You know, after some very thorough inspection, I'm wondering... Maybe I could have gotten that pulley.
Here's the gladiator execution scene.
That's right. That's
who,
right.
Who really wanted to feel like a public
An execution.
Yeah.
I mean, what else? What other vibe would you want to get out of a freaking emoji movie? Public execution all the way. We love public execution, don't we, Howell?
It's very sad to see all these guys disappearing.
The Korean flag! Oh my gosh!
Everybody.
This was a little piece of love, this movie. We hope you enjoy it. Thank you.
Hey, some more what the okay. Props for crediting all of these people too. Alright, so that was the Emoji Movie director's commentary. Overall, they all sounded like a happy bunch of people that they got out the project and they were pretty satisfied with it, so good for them. Wish I could say the same of it having that quality, but still effort put into it, so good job to them. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I can give you a little sneak peek. Our next film that we will be doing on this channel is Garfield 2004, so be sure to look forward to that soon. But anyway, thanks again all for watching. I really support you guys watching this, however many of you there are. And I'll see you later.